Hello, hello. My name is Kylie Wilhelmi, and you're listening to another episode of Oak Performance Radio. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oak Performance Radio. I'm your host, Adam Lane. If you're new to the show, our goal here is to create some fantastic content for athletes, parents, and coaches. We tell stories, have laughs, and go into everything that is the end game of athletic performance, helping athletes achieve their optimal performance and be the best they can possibly be. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Oak Performance Radio. I'm your host, Adam Lane. With me today,
Hi, guys. I'm Kylie Wilhelmi.
Kylie Wilhelmi. Kylie just wrapped up. Former VC athlete.
Yes.
Kylie, you jumped around to a couple different schools. Kind of unique situation I want to dive into, but
Yes.
let's dive into it. Kylie, for the tens of people that listen to the show who might not know who you are and why you're such a big deal, tell these people who you are and why you're such a big deal.
Okay, so I am a college athlete who played at VC United. I started when they originally opened. So first year they started was the first year I started, and I had a great process through that. And
What year were you? What grade were you?
I was in
Eighth grade?
Eighth
That sounds
grade.
right.
2017, right?
That sounds right. Yep.
Yeah. So I was in eighth grade, and I was always in the elite program.
Always elite.
Yeah. So I wasn't supposed to be elite, actually. I was going to do Premier,
Okay.
but I had confirmation on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
And so
Gets in the way.
Eric let me do elite for the price of Premier just because he gave a little trust in me. And ever since then, I was like, Mom, I have to stay here. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I have to play. I have to do it. And then I started the threes team and I ended on the ones team.
There we go.
So I had a really good experience at VC. I had a lot of different coaches. And then I committed to a school in Birmingham from here, Division III. And then my college career ended at a school in Knoxville. So I'm guessing we're going to get into the details.
Yeah. So let's chose a D3 school out of the gate.
Yes.
Southern Birmingham.
Yes.
And talk. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but talk briefly about that how you found it.
Okay, so I always knew I wanted to go south. I love the weather, and I knew I hated it up here because it was so cold. Yeah. So I did this.
It's about to get colder too. It's
40-hour car trip with my parents.
Oh.
So we drove to Arkansas. And I emailed a bunch of schools because I had one school there, and we ended up picking up 5 more schools in the row. Birmingham Southern was one of them. I was like, Dad, I don't want to go. Like, this school's affiliated with the Presbyterian. I don't even know what I was thinking. But, I was like, it's one of those really religious affiliated schools. Like, I'm scared, whatever. Went there, fell in love with it. And then I had the opportunity to do Greek life too. So I was like extremely interested in the culture. The team was so close knit, and it was in Birmingham, Alabama. And I just loved the campus. So I was like, I want to do Greek life and I want to do volleyball. So it's a cool mix because I knew I was never going to do like big D1 Greek life, but I liked the little one.
Yeah.
So that was like why I fell in love with it.
Okay. You're there 2 years.
2 years.
And then?
Well, actually, I found out my freshman year.
Oh, you found out your freshman year.
So we were home on break, December. We get an article that's like Birmingham Southern threatens closure. And we're all like, what? Like, we go here. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? We are all like, I'm going to go back to school in January. And so all of January I was in the portal, but I was telling all these schools, like, I'm not transferring if the school stays open. Like, I'm not leaving. And they're all like, what? Like, everyone's like, why aren't these kids like running from this place? So we were all in love with this school. We find out that they're staying open and we're like, okay, awesome. Like, we have recruits come in. We come my sophomore year, mid-season. They're like, we might not be open in January. And we're like, it's October. I'm in the middle of my season. What do you mean? Like, what? So we're all just playing, not knowing if this is our last season, not knowing if we're going to be open in the spring, not knowing how we're going to transfer. 50 students left from December to January. Like that's a lot for a D3 school. Like 50 students transferring mid-semester. And then in the spring.
How big is the school overall? Like,
it used to be like above 1,000, but with all the media, like my sophomore year, we were probably close to like 700.
Okay.
So it was really, really small because of the media.
Yeah.
And then
thank you, media.
By the time we got to spring, I was in the portal again. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to stay if we stay open because like everyone's leaving. The Greek life is so low. The athletics, we used to be reigning our conference. Like we would get second, third, first in everything. And so like my sophomore year, you could really see the hit in like the athletics just go downhill from there too. And so I was like, I have to transfer, but I don't want to like transfer if this place is like still going to be open because I'm going to have so much like missing everything. So
you're enjoying it. Good experience.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved that place. And we found out on spring break that our school was closing in May, and then we all had to go find another place to go. So I'm doing college visits while I'm in college. So like what you do in high school, but like it's overnight visits and stuff, but you're in college.
Yeah.
There's like
Not weird at all.
fairs, college fairs in college. So like it's like an employment fair, but instead of employers, it's other schools you're supposed to transfer to. So it was a really weird experience because like you never would have thought that your college would promote other colleges, but they had to because you were closing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people went to Samford.
Okay.
So the D1 school, really close by, they all reaffiliated, and they either like a few got spots on sports teams at Division I, but because Birmingham Southern was a really good school. And then most people reaffiliated and stayed in Birmingham. And then I'd probably say a third of the athletes probably transferred somewhere else to play.
Gotcha.
So there's a bunch of teach out schools. And then I ended up picking Randolph-Macon, which is in Virginia. I got offered an RA position and I was like, I think God wants me to go here. Like, I don't like any of these places. Nothing is like Birmingham Southern, but I'm going to have to just figure out where I'm supposed to go. I went to Randolph-Macon in Virginia. That was really far from my home and far from my Birmingham family that I just had. So I was like, let's try it. Let's see what happens. And then at Randolph-Macon, I had a pretty good season, but I just didn't feel like the level of commitment was there with like treating it as our extracurricular, because you'll find that in some D3s, it's either really serious or it's like an extracurricular kind of. And I wanted that program that's going to like gun for those conference and national championship level games. Yeah. So I thought, and my coach, actually, I had 5 college coaches in my 4 years. My sophomore year, my coach got fired mid-season. Yes.
Right before your school closed.
And my AD took over our program. So I had 3 coaches at Birmingham Southern. And then at Randolph-Macon, my coach also got asked to leave because he's there for like 30 years. So he like was asked to step down just because they needed a new up for the program. And I was like, I am not about to get messed over by them getting a new coach. And like, I was like, I have to just transfer somewhere that has like a program that's like built on a foundation of like, we want to win championships. And I also needed to get closer to down south because I was so isolated up in Virginia. I couldn't see anyone from my home. I couldn't see anybody from my previous school. I was like, if I'm going to transfer, I'm going to go closer to Birmingham. There's no choice. So I talked to 2 schools, Trevecca and Maryville, and they were schools I talked to previously in the portal that I've been talking to both times I was in the portal. So I was like, I'm not reaching out to anyone new. Picked Maryville, and then I loved it from there. Just great school. Very strict coaches who are like all about performance and national championships, conference championships. They just wanted the program to succeed. She was kind of rebuilding it. So I fell in love with that school, and I'm so, so glad that I ended my career at Maryville.
There we go. When you transferred, did you transfer at semester or at the end of the year?
Semester.
Semester both times?
No, end of the year, sophomore year.
Okay.
So
when the school closed?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So like I was only at Randolph-Macon from August to December. That's it. I was there for 4 months, if that's 4 months.
Yeah.
5 months.
Yeah.
And then I transferred. I literally was in the portal for like 10 days, and I transferred like right away. Yeah. And I got to Maryville on January 8th, and I flew back to Virginia, packed up my entire stuff on January 6th, drove to Maryville by myself.
What's the drive?
6.5 hours.
Okay.
Drove to Maryville I could barely see out of my car because when I flew home for Christmas break, I wasn't planning on leaving just yet. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I had all my stuff at school still. And then over break, I had to tell all my teammates. I was an RA. So I had to tell my boss for RA. And I was like, I'm sorry, but this place is just not somewhere that I would call home, and I'm transferring again. And then I had to do it right away, though. I had no time. Because if I would have waited until the end of my junior year, I wouldn't be graduating on time because you have to take 42 credit hours at Maryville to graduate.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't just a volleyball thing.
It was academics.
Oh, it was academic. Okay.
Like if I would have
That's another
waited,
reason to go to college. Yes. Academics.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I would have waited, I would not have been able to transfer. And like transferring your second semester junior year is already slim chance you're going to graduate
Yeah.
in time, because you normally need 2 years. Schools normally require you to be there for 2 years to get a degree from them.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I have to do it now. And I had no other choice. So I kind of just took a really, really, really big leap of faith.
Yeah.
And it worked out for me.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So you transferred, most recent transfer, which would have been
Was
a year ago.
Yes. January of 2025.
Holy cow. And then you just finished up your final season?
My final season, I have one more semester in the spring, and then I graduate in May.
For you to get done in 4 is incredible.
I'm actually, okay.
Are you best friends with your counselors? Is that?
I love the fact that I went to 3 different schools, because I got to live in 3 different states, over close to 10 hours away from my house in every single one.
Yeah.
And I got to meet so many people. Like, it's one of the weirdest experiences, but I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think the excitement of it all was like so fun. I mean, there were so many times where I was like, what am I doing? But looking at, like, reflecting on my college, like, I love it. I love how it turned out.
We talk about this quite a few, podcasts, with the flags flying. Like, sometimes we have amazing success stories like you and, long list of others, but then other times kids go to college and it's not, specifically volleyball or whatever sport they're playing is not what they thought it would be. And it's either harder or different or something, or the coach was a little two-faced, in the recruiting process versus not. You stayed playing the whole time. You could have been like, I'm done. I'll just be an RA. I'll just be a NARP, non-athletic.
Regular person.
Yes. You
I'm
could just be a
now.
NARP. You are a NARP now. For the first time in 21 years. You're
It's horrible.
That's so terrible. But you did you have the thought of ever stopping, or you're just like, I really enjoy this, I'm going to keep rolling?
My sophomore year was really hard because of the whole coaching, getting fired, and we went through a lot that season. And then when I was at Randolph-Macon, I really started to hate volleyball. And I knew that is when I was in the wrong place, because I hated volleyball, which, like, I'm someone who really enjoys it. So, like, I'm like one of those select few who, like, eat, sleep, breathe volleyball.
Yeah.
And, like, not like I need to go to Division I, but, like, I want to be the best that I can in the place that I'm at. So I think my love for the game, and then me also being able to be rewarded with playing time, like, that definitely increased my love for volleyball.
Yeah.
I didn't suffer any injuries.
You were playing during this time.
Yeah, I'm playing. I get to, like, experience the highs of it all. Like, I'm not experiencing as many lows that come from volleyball. If my lows, I wasn't someone who got in the portal and was like, oh, I hate my coach, or I am not playing, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad reason to transfer, but I wasn't someone who entered the portal because of those reasons. I entered the portal because my school closed, and I entered the portal because I was way too far away from my family and my friends. And so when I entered it again, I was so scared I was going to be that girl who cried wolf. Like, you get that multiple transfer next to your name in the portal, and you're like, no one's going to want me.
Oh, double asterisk.
I went in the portal 3 times. My freshman year, my sophomore year, and my junior year. I didn't transfer my freshman year, but I was in the portal for 3 different times.
Oh.
So I'm like, these schools are going to think, like, I'm this girl who cried wolf and who hates it everywhere, which, like, wasn't the case, but, like, my story was so not regular.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird that, like, I just wanted to find another competitive program that, like, was open.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think my love for volleyball, never wanting to quit, was just because of the experience I had. And, like, my body, I never really went through any moments where my body was, like, in so much pain where it was causing me pain to play.
Yeah.
So I just am really grateful for that, because I think that's why I loved it so much, and why I'm ending on such, like, a high note. And like, I want to keep playing, but I think this is, like, the perfect time to stop playing.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So, like, the big 2, I'm going to say, reasons why people might stop playing is that they're not getting the playing time that they want or think they deserve.
Yeah.
Which is hard. Sometimes people handle that role really well. Sometimes people handle that role not well. But then also injury too. Mm-hmm. You were healthy.
Yeah, really healthy. I mean, I had an injury at the end of my sophomore year where I had a stress fracture, but, like, I could play, and I just had to wear a boot when I wasn't playing, and, like, it hurt, but, like, it didn't hurt enough to where I was like, I'm not about to play in the conference championship. It was in my toe.
Oh.
So like my big toe, there was a stress fracture. So like whenever I would play for a long period of time and jump, my front of my foot would just like ache horribly. But it was near the end of my season. So I wore that boot when I wasn't playing, and then I let it heal for like 3 weeks, and now it's like completely healed. So it wasn't like a long-term injury. It just like needed to be healed.
Yeah. Easy. Talk strength and conditioning stuff that you had through the 3 schools.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
Okay, so my freshman year, we did like the 2 days of lift, kind of not really serious lifting. And then that spring, our spring season, our coach left after our fall season. So our spring season, our AD took over again. Okay. And she coached us in the spring with our assistant coach. And so it was like really relaxed. Like when your school is threatening to close, like that's like the least of your worries. Yeah. So I would say my spring season, my freshman year is super chill. My sophomore year, like training during the season is normal, like intense, small workouts, like focus, like you're tired, you're doing these circuits, you're doing all this random stuff, like regular season, like pushing kind of. And then when I went to the spring of my sophomore year, there was like no training. Like it was all individual because we had 9 girls. We had 13 girls on the team. Like we were so small already. And then in the spring, when we were finding out we were closing, so many girls were quitting. We had like 7 girls that wanted to play college. Yeah. So like you can't do a lot with 7 girls who are trying to go visit schools. We have no time to practice. We're trying to visit schools, have calls. So like my spring, there was basically no spring season. It was kind of all individualized. So I didn't really get pushed at all. And then my fall of my junior year, I would say there was no strength training. It was like, there was no lifting. That program was very like extracurricular. So like anything added was just so much tension and attitude towards that kind of like want to get better outside the gym. There wasn't really like we have school, we don't have time for this kind of vibe. And it's like, for me, it's like, I'm there for volleyball. Like, yes, I love school and you're supposed to say I'm a student first, but like everyone knew that I was an athlete first. Like I would skip class any day to go practice. Like, I don't know. That's where like you find, that's what is hard about D3 is you find that some students are there for school first because it's not, you're not getting paid to be here. You're not getting scholarship. If you quit, you're paying the same amount of money to go there. But like some programs are volleyball first, and those programs are like the ones that really rise above in Division III because the girls, like, even though they're paying the same price if they don't play volleyball, they love volleyball, which is why I love D3 because it's not a job. You don't have to do this. Like if you don't want to play, you don't have to play. Because it's not like you're getting paid to be here. It's not like you're doing this, so you'll find so much more love and like genuine joy, I feel like, in the game because we're all choosing to be here. Like it's like kind of. So I ran off Macon. It was like super like low maintenance training.
Sorry, I'm going to add in there. So that's a huge plug for Division III schools. Cause I think when kids are looking at schools, obviously Division II is better than Division III and Division I is better than all of them. When you look at, when you look at it from that lens, and so what's your goal? I want to play as best as I possibly can. Division I is the goal. But when you run into that Division I, Division II thing, there's money involved now, and there's scholarships and things like that. And now you might have kids playing for the wrong reason. Not in D3. You got kids that want to be there, that love the game, that love ball and just want to get after it. And I think that's a big deal. Yeah. That's a big deal where kids actually like genuinely like want to be there and want to get after it. Like it's funny that you say that because I feel like, again, looking at the flags, I feel like we've had more success at that Division III level where kids just find the right situation for them, and they love it. They love their teammates. They love their coaches. It's serious. They're athletes. Yeah. But like they want to be there versus like, well, I can't quit because then I lose my scholarship and blah, 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 blah. So sorry, plug for D3.
No. Yeah. And I don't even think like, it's like, I know I wasn't at the level to play Division I. So like, it wasn't like I even had the option, but like.
You could have played D2.
Yeah, I could play D2, but like, I think that's awesome to go. Like if that's your goal, go Division I. If you really want to go Division I, if you want to get those scholarships and that helps you pay for college. Like, that's such a good route to go. But if you do
But there are other things that come with it. Yeah.
Like, it might be a more expensive, but you genuinely, I feel like, find so much more love for the game because it's not, you have nothing keeping you there.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many girls on my team, if they aren't getting playing time, like, they can quit and nothing will happen because we'll still be close, we'll still be friends, and you'll find people like staying through the 4 years because of their relationships and like the love that they have for volleyball. And it's not a big of a commitment. Like it's taken seriously, but it's not your whole life.
Yeah.
I have a girl on my team who is an ambassador, who is in SGA. She's in basically every single club and like has a leadership role in every single club on campus. Like, I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah.
And you will never see someone at a higher level be able to be involved, like actually involved in that much stuff. And it's because of the like schedule of Division III volleyball, which is what I love so, so much about it. I could talk about D3 for days.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome. Well, here, let's bend it into, So again, one of the big things to highlight here, Kylie, because I'm presenting at AVCA in Kansas City here in a month.
Awesome.
And the whole, thank you. The whole presentation is how not to kill your athletes. Just a smarter way to build, power and speed. And so my whole thing here is that it's really easy to beat the tar out of kids with excessive practice or excessive, weight room sessions. Like, I think sometimes parents expect us when they bring their kid here to like make them vomit on the way out the door because we worked them so hard. And the reality is that any strength coach can take a sled and just push prowlers until they vomit and be like, oh, look how great I am. I did, I pushed them so hard. Which obviously is not the thing. You in this mentioned how healthy you have been over these 4 years, minus the toe thing, and how big of a deal that is, because I find the injury thing, like that one injury, that one time you land wrong and, and an ACL goes, affects not only the rest of your career, maybe the rest of your life. Yeah. Like, oh, that knee, oh, my left knee, oh, it's always been bad. It's ever since I tore my ACL when I was 15, like it doesn't go away, when you stop playing sport. It can be with you for life. You've been healthy this whole time, which is awesome. And I'm going to say this, and it's going to be controversial. This is how it should be. You should finish your, career healthy. Like, this shouldn't be, you shouldn't be abnormal. Not saying that weird things don't happen. Like weird things, the toe thing, hey, my shoulder's a little sore, but like just pushing the line of more is not always is the right thing. You have gotten more mature, more dialed in with your strength training as you got older.
Yeah.
And specifically your nutrition, rest and recovery piece.
Yeah.
Talk about that journey and when that started and what that looks like.
So when you go into college as a freshman, you are so healthy, like most of the time. Like, I am blessed. I have really good athleticism, I think. That's why, like, going into it, I already had like a healthy body. I never had any injuries. So I didn't really take it that seriously. Like, I would lift, but I would have never like lift that seriously. And then with my spring seasons where you're supposed to be like lifting really hard, I never experienced it because I was going through such a weird situation. So then when I finally got to the spring at Maryville, they had us lifting at 6 a.m. every day from January to April. So like, if you don't want to do it, you can quit, like I said. Like, 6 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes, every day. So I was like, if I'm getting up at 6 a.m., I'm getting something out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be maxing I'm going to have a higher max by the end of the season. We did all the tests that we do, like deadlift and squat and everything like that. And I was like, I'm going to find a way to be leading in my lifting because I want to make sure I'm getting something out of getting up at 6 a.m. I'm not a morning. You've seen me here.
What? Not
I do not.
So
have
weird.
You ever seen me scan on that Sparta at 9 a.m.? After that, Matt was like, we're never scanning this early ever again. Like, genuinely, it was bad.
We have to wait till the PM.
No,
Kylie
it's the truth. You can ask Matt. He'll probably still remember it to this day. I'm like, can we scan? He's like, it's 9 a.m. I'm like, we're never doing this again.
Yeah.
Like, my score went down like a lot. Okay. But that's when I started like seeing results in like how I was looking. And like, I didn't really notice it, but people would say something about it. And I was like, wow, that's like really cool. that you can start seeing that change. And then this summer, I lived on my own for the first time, and I knew we had a big season coming up. It was my final season. I was like, I'm not going to hit a peak. I'm going to hit the peak at the end of the season. Like, I want to finish super, super strong. And I want to make sure that I'm coming in leading as a senior, like leading in everything I'm doing, getting the first on every single sprint test, whatever. So I was living on my own for the first time, and I really was able to buy my own food and focus on what I was eating. So I started getting those high protein cottage cheese eggs, and I was like focusing on all these things. And I had that like generic protein, like I was like putting it in extra stuff, but I didn't really know what that like did for me. And so that's when I discovered First Form for the first time through like, I discovered it in a weird way. Like, I probably shouldn't have, like, I didn't know anything about it. Normally people who come into this are like, oh, I love this brand. Like, I want to work for you. But I was kind of like, I don't really know what this is, but I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting educated on the importance of protein and how much you're actually supposed to have in a day, and how it actually affects how you look tone, and the small like supplements you can take to get you like those larger results a little bit faster than you would normally have. So that summer I started focusing on my protein intake a lot. And when
we're just talking 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Gotcha. Okay.
6 months ago. So fresh. I started focusing on that, and I started learning about like what it actually does and like what your body goes through during workouts. And I never understood that because I never really had to, but I was getting to the age where practices were hurting a little bit more than they were when I was a freshman. Like, I didn't ice after practice.
Sucks getting old, Kylie.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm only 20. Like, practice after freshman year, I'd be like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Like, my body is feeling awesome. I didn't really get sore. Like, you get sore, but like thinking about how sore it was then, I was like, Kylie, you were fine.
Yeah.
And now when you're a little bit older, like, you start to feel those practices a little bit more, and you really got to take care of your body parts. So once I started really focusing on my protein, I was like, wow, like my recovery is so different. And it's insane to think about how I feel now. Like, I still feel like I did as a freshman. I went through my entire senior season. Like, I went to the treatment, I got cupping, I got scraping, I got all the things. I had my calves get like super tight. I always had to do all those things, but like, I wasn't fatigued. I didn't have low energy. Like, it wasn't a struggle for me to make it through practice, and it wasn't a struggle to like wake up early. And I think it's generally because I've always taken sleep seriously too. I've always like, I became a grandma. Like, I'm in bed by 10 after those 6 a.m. lifts. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I was in bed at like 9:30.
Yeah.
I was like, we aren't hanging out.
Yes.
I gotta go to bed. So prioritizing sleep, prioritizing protein, and prioritizing like my recovery is what helped me stay healthy for my senior year, because I was never pushed like I was at any other program. At Maryville, I was pushed 10 times harder than I was at any other program I've been to. So it was a really hard adjustment at first, because I've never taken a spring ball this seriously, and a lot of these girls have been going through the spring season for like seasons.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool seeing like the growth of all of us together, because we just started pushing each other so hard. And my recovery, my protein intake, and my sleep were so prioritized that I really felt a difference in my body. It's like, I literally swear by it.
Yeah. So thinking back, because I can't tell you how often, Kylie, I'm getting old too, and I'm noticing this because you said 10 o'clock. You're at 9 o'clock. My body starts to shut down. You know, it's like, and my kids are getting to the point where like now they want to stay up later, and then I just go to bed. You know, and like I will beat them to bed. You put yourself to bed. I'm tired. You know, tired. Looking back, like, and I don't know if there's, in my mind, I always see like there's a first domino that will fall with something, and it's the first domino that, you know, sparks the second domino, which is the third domino. So like with me, with like my health and wellness, the workout seems to be the most important thing. If I work out, I eat well. If I eat well, I sleep well. If I sleep well, I feel well. If I feel well, I work out, you know, and it's just that little circle of things. In regards to your sleep, your lifting, nutrition, supplementation, you know, throw a volleyball on top of that. How like what order of things happened here? And I guess here's my goal. I want one of our high school kids to listen to this and be like, oh, I could do that, you know, and just And I'm not saying everybody has to, like, you're really dialed in right now. Like we were talking before we hit record here, and like you're doing so many things well. You're saying all the right things in the way of, like, you know, the different supplementation that you're taking and when you're taking it and stuff like that. Like you're really geeked out with it, which is ideal. Like that's awesome. If every athlete were doing what you're doing, our injury rates would be so much lower. The kids would feel so much better. They would recover so much quicker, and they'd get more out of the sport that they're playing.
Yeah.
I don't think every kid can get there.
It's also expensive to get there.
And it can be expensive too, depending on, what, but you can also eat,
eating isn't expensive.
Yes.
But like if you're getting like geeked, like I'm geeked. Like,
yes. The supplementation part you're talking about. Yeah. So talk, like, I guess what was the first thing that got you on this, were you just sitting there going, I have to wake up at 6 o'clock. I'm going to make this worthwhile.
I guess
I'm going to go to bed and eat good. Like
at Maryville, I was seen as like a leader, and I was seen as like having the highest weights and every, like I was setting the bar kind of, and I've never been in that position where like I'm setting the bar for everyone else. And like, I'm not trying to sound like whatever, but it's just like, that's the place I was in. So like in that spot, it made me feel like if someone's getting close to me, I need to work harder. Mm-hmm. Like I need to continue to raise the bar, because if I'm content, then everyone else will be content.
Are you talking weight room?
Like
or are you talking
like
everything
in volleyball?
Gotcha.
Mostly just like volleyball, lifting, volleyball together as a whole. So like I was put into a leadership position, and I lead by example. Yep. Like if you aren't leading by example, I don't have respect for you. Like it's just like how I am. Yeah. And if you're
one thing, do another. Yeah.
And I just came from a program at the previous school I was at that was so do this, do that, but I'm not going to do it. Mm-hmm. Like you need to do this and you need to do that, but like you're a freshman, so you have to do that, but I don't have to do that because like I'm at this position. Yeah. And like that drove me insane because it just like, you don't have any respect for them as leaders. And I never wanted to be a leader that nobody had respect for. Yeah. And so I was like, if I'm asking these people to lift heavier, I have to lift heavier. Yep. And like, I have to put myself in uncomfortable positions, because just because you're like given the title of a captain doesn't mean you earn it. Like you have to earn that kind of title, and you don't just like, just because you're a captain doesn't mean you're automatically respected either. So like I wanted to be respected, and I wanted to create an environment where we want to push each other to be better, because this was my last year. Yeah. And if like I was with such a young program that my success was determined on them. Mm-hmm. So like that was kind of my first like push, like worth those 6 a.m. lifts and with those practices, was like, I have to give everything I have so that they'll give everything that they have, because I want to get us to where we need to go. And I can't do that by myself. It doesn't matter if I'm hitting 1,000. It doesn't matter if I'm acing 14 balls in a game. I will not win a single game if no one on my team is behind me. Mm-hmm. And so like, that's kind of what started like so
you've always had these thoughts, like these thoughts were running in your mind.
Yeah. Like
that's awesome.
Well, it's because of the experiences.
Such a mature mindset to have.
I don't want to say that I'm mature. My freshman and sophomore year, I would not mature. I am not mature in the slightest, but I gained that maturity from the experiences I had to go through. Yeah. Because I've had some really, really good leaders, like amazing leaders. And I think about how they made me feel, and like, I want to make others feel like that. Yeah. And so like, that doesn't come from just like telling people what to do. It comes from encouraging them, like, and like lifting them up. And like, that's who I want to be. I'd rather be told a million times, like, you'll follow me because I make you feel heard, than you'll follow me because you're scared of me. Yeah. Like we make a joke all the time. I have no scare factor, none. Like everyone, when the freshmen were coming in, I was like, I remember being a freshman, like I was so scared of these seniors. And I was like, I can't wait for them to be scared of me. And they're like, Kylie, no one is scared of you. There is not a single person in this gym that is afraid of you. No one. Like you are not intimidating at all. And I'm like, well, like, how am I going to lead? And they're like, you can lead without being scary. And like, that's how I wanted to be known, was like a leader, by not being scary, but like by leading by example and like pushing myself so hard that you want to push yourself. And at the end of the season, I was so emotional because like everyone was just like giving me so much love and giving me so much grace, and like saying that they're the best leader they've ever had, whatever, like all these small things, just because like I made them feel so loved. And like, that's how I want to leave. I don't want to leave with a fat ring on my finger. I want to leave with like a bunch of girls who are like empowered. I'm having to cry because they were like so sweet. But I want to leave with like a bunch of girls who are like empowered by like what I did, like how I persevered. So like, that's why I'm so happy with my experience, because I gained leadership skills. Like, I didn't get a ring. I didn't get a national championship, but like I got friends and like such a good environment. So that's why I'm so sad that I'm leaving it. But I got so off the topic. But volleyball is my like volleyball is like what started this whole thing. It's like my love for volleyball. For real. Ugh. I always cry. So bad. I'm an emotional one. I'm also known as that on the team. The one who cries the most.
One of my favorite basketball coaches, a guy by the name of Don Meyer, has the line of, if your best player isn't your hardest working player, your team's going to have issues.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's funny because I heard that probably 30 years ago. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. But it's so true in the sense of, and you felt that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're the best player on the team, but you did very well. And I watched
you can't have like a best player. You know what I mean?
I do. But I did watch you annihilate that ball off that girl's face. And I felt sorry for, you know, her family, you know, and all the cocoon just watched her head explode. Your dad sent that to me, by the way. It was
I knew he did. I don't even have that video. I don't even know what game that's from. I can't even think about it.
It was you know what I'm talking about, though.
I remember doing it, but because like my teammates' reaction. Yeah. But like I don't remember what team it was. Yeah. Because we play so many games. But I'm betting it was like an important game.
Yeah. We'll look after this.
I gotta find out.
But it's interesting that I think we get in this lane of, you're right, volleyball is the ultimate team sport, but I think it's also really easy to be like, hey, especially at the club level, we're trying to get kids to commit to college and stuff like that. And, you know, it's my college journey, it's my recruitment journey, and this is the da-da-da. And sometimes, even though it's the ultimate team sport, it can get a little individualistic with what's going on. But you as an outside hitter, if your setter is trash, you're not doing much.
No.
You know, so for you to feel that, like, pressure of hey, I'm going to lead, but I have to lead by example. I just can't bark at people, and then and you know, to really do it and get after it. And again, it's not just the, hey, you put in the effort in the weight room, that's great, but again, you're doing the stuff at home that I pray that our families listen to, you know, and just put in you know, a couple of things into play here. Let's talk food first. What in the way of Kylie eating on the day during school? Okay. Turns out you're busy. Turns out you practice. Turns out you're running all around. You go to school. Like, there's a lot going on. You're busy, Kylie. It's not like you're just sitting around. No. How do you eat?
So, I normally have like a protein coffee. So I have my protein powder, and I do like my normal protein coffee. It's like really good macros. I love it.
What do you do for protein? You have coffee.
Okay, so I have milk. I use Fairlife milk. I do a half a scoop of my Formula One like salted caramel.
Okay.
So I don't
Sounds delicious.
I don't have any like syrups or creamers. Yeah. Antis. And then I have 2 espresso shots. Mix them together. 3 ingredient coffee.
Okay.
That's it. And it's like 190 calories and like 30 grams of protein. Okay. It's fire. Yeah. And then if I have time, I'll go to the calf and I'll get like eggs, or I'll get some Greek yogurt or some cottage cheese. I mean, I fall victim to those tater tots and those, I try to limit my carbs as much as I can, but like I work out so I can eat good. Yeah, I don't absolutely. I'm not one of those people that's like, I eat good and then I like lift, but I work out so I can eat like whatever I want. But I'll try to make sure I have like 2 or good protein sources. And then for lunch, I normally make it to lunch. Sometimes I'll eat like one of my protein bars in between. And then at lunch, I'll have like 1 form of veggie, 1 protein, and then I'll like have either like some mashed potato, like some form of carbs, to add. And I'll try to pay attention to what I'm getting so that I track all my food now. So I have like an app that tracks everything I eat. So I'm making sure I know like, I like realize what is actually in foods, because I don't like granola, for example. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that granola had that many calories. And I was like,
very dense.
I know. You think like, oh, it's granola, it's so healthy for you. That's a lie. That's literally a lie. So I love like a little Greek yogurt honey granola bowl or cottage cheese honey granola. And then that's like about my lunch. And then I have, for dinner, I normally do about the same. Like I make sure I have protein, I make sure I have veggies, and then I make sure I have some form of carbs. Like if I have pasta, I make sure I have like some kind of meat in it because I love pasta. Yeah. So like spaghetti and meatballs is like my favorite. And then for dinner, I always give myself a little treat. Yeah. But this Christmas, I'm getting a Ninja Creamy. And I'm making protein ice cream now, so then I don't feel bad about my dessert problem. Yeah. But I try to limit myself to like one dessert a day, but like that one dessert is like 1,000 calories. So is it really like the same?
My dessert problem.
So like my normal like macros for the day ranges from like 2,000 to 3,000 calories, 150 to 200 grams of protein. And then my carbs sometimes shoots through the roof, but I aim for like 100 and I don't know, whatever's on my app. I think it's like 150 grams of.
Yeah, I bet you could do more with no problem. As active as you are. And
yeah,
whatnot,
I bet I could. I normally go over my carbs like a lot. My carbs is normally double. And then it also tracks my fats. I don't really understand the fats. So I really just pay attention to like the calories to the protein ratio. Yeah. Like if this item is going to give me like 300 calories and absolutely zero protein, I'm like, is it really worth it? Yeah. So that's what helped me a lot with like figuring out what to eat is like when I track it is when I actually realize what's going into these foods and like what the protein and calorie is. I don't really focus on anything else except for like the protein and calorie.
Well, and honestly, it's so easy to dive down rabbit holes of, you know, all the other things, of the carbs, of the fats, of the, like it can get absolutely crazy. And honestly, I don't even know if you need the calorie point, to be honest with you.
No, I don't.
Like, you know, 2,000 to 3,000 calories for a, 21-year-old, you said 40-pound female?
I mean, I sometimes go over 3,000. Yeah. But I'm like 140, 145.
But like that, I mean, that tells you how well your engine is running in the way of like, you can eat that many calories, which you should be.
Oh yeah, because I eat a lot of food.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you need to.
Yeah.
But that helps the whole system recover and whatnot, Again, we talked about this before we hit the record button, but you work out at some level, muscles tear, they rip apart, they need to rebuild. Mm-hmm. The quicker, more efficiently they can do that, the better you're going to feel, the quicker you're going to recover, especially if you're lifting 4 days in a row, volleyball style, Monday through Thursday, like that's
with practices in the afternoon sometimes.
Yeah. That beats you up. It's almost, I heard I can't remember who said this. It's not the best athletes of the world aren't the ones that train the best. It's the ones that recover the best. Yeah. So it's a recovery issue. It's a recovery race versus, who's training better. Well, it's not that. It's who's going to bed earlier and who's eating the food that you just talked about.
Lifting 3 days a week, like getting a good lift in 3 days a week is so much better for you than going to the gym 7 days a week. Like that can genuinely like tear your body down. You need to make sure that you're resting. Well, at least for me personally, and you're not motivated. Yep. Like if someone's like, go to the gym 3 days a week, you're like, oh, I can do that. Like that's like doable. But if you're like, you have to go to the gym every single day, then they're like, yeah, I'm good. Like your motivation, it's just like the same with everything else in life. If you have these huge goals, like for example, I've been trying to read the Bible more and like to get more into it, I literally read one chapter. Like that's it.
Good for you.
Because I know if I tell myself you have to read the entire Bible in a year, I'm not doing it.
It's a lot of reading.
I'm not doing it.
I've tried those. The little, like even audio and stuff like that. You don't realize.
No.
You take the Bible, divide by 365. It's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
in
and
a day.
I'm like you can't set those high goals for yourself because you'll never do them.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
And it's dense, by the way.
Yeah.
You read something like, what did I just read?
Yeah.
And you have to.
I'm like, no, thank you. Actually, I'm good. But I think that's what I feel like is also missing in the fitness world is like people think that it has to be your whole life. And like, honestly, just making small commitments leads to such a bigger result than like doing something for 10 days and being like, screw this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which I think is like something I really like about the people I'm surrounding myself with in the First Form community was like, they like rest days are needed.
Yeah.
But
it's a huge deal.
But don't spend the weekend on the couch. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah. There's a line there. What, so you went through your day, simple day. Mm-hmm. Did you eat like that in high school?
Absolutely not. I was raised in a frozen food house. Still am. I would go to school with a bag of pizza rolls, like the bag that has like 10 pizza rolls. I would just roll it up, put it in my lunch, and I would put it in the microwave when I got to school. Pop-Tarts, like waffles, like I was raised in the definition of a grocery store, like freezer that you go to. The corn dogs, the pizza rolls, the frozen. I lived off of frozen pizza. Like I would go home from VC at 10:30. I would sit on my kitchen floor and eat a bowl of cereal. Like I ate horribly, but I was also blessed with a very good metabolism. So I didn't notice like, oh, this isn't that bad for me. I'm working out, whatever. But like the protein intake as a kid, zilch.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. And I'm still trying to get my household to like change.
Yeah.
But like when you're working so much, like, and you're just chasing your kids all around the country, like, it's hard. It's so hard. And so that's why I'm kind of like forcing myself into it now so that when I have my own house, I'm going to be an ingredient house. But I also did that because I was raised in a frozen food house. So like if you're not raised in that environment, you don't know anything different. So it's crazy. Like
ingredient house. I love that.
It's ingredient house versus like frozen food house. I'm a frozen food house. And like my friends loved coming over to my place. Like it was a junk food dream.
Guys, you hungry? Let's go to Wilhelmi's.
My cousins lived down the street and they had nothing in their house ever. And they would come into my house and they'd be like candy, chips, soda. Like my pantry is like a child's dream, genuinely. It's so bad. I'm like, Mom, I need to go to the store if I'm home because I have to like, I don't know. I like now I have like a guilty conscience over it in a way. Like, or if I'm working out and I want to like half it, I have like a guilty conscience that's like, bro, like do it. Like you're going to be mad at yourself later if you don't. So like, I'm really grateful for that too. But that's kind of what I was raised versus like what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's possible.
Yeah. well, and let's talk, and I want to get too deep into it because I don't want to overwhelm people because this can get overwhelming.
No, yeah.
If we talk the supplement piece, because I do.
Oh yeah.
I
super
like
simple.
The word supplement means, add on to. It's not it. Because everything that you said in the way of what you eat throughout the day, hey, I'm looking for these protein-rich foods. Like, that's it. That's it. You nailed it on the head. We should take that clip and just ingrain it into every high school athlete, and they'll be fine. They'll get hurt less.
Yeah.
They'll feel better. They'll play better. Now and again, the world's not perfect, and you need a little add-on, little supplement. And you even mentioned that within that. Hey, well, I'll take my coffee and I'll make it a protein coffee, and hey, I'm going to, and if I'm busy in the morning, it's a quick coffee out the door. 10 o'clock, I might get hungry. I might have a bar.
Or I might have some yogurt with some protein powder in there. Like you can't reach 150 or even
it's hard to
250 with just real food. Yeah. And if you do, your calories are going to be like really high most of the time. So that's why I think it's important to make sure for me at least, I have like, I'm never going to reach my protein goal if I just have real food. Yeah. Like I can't eat that much. Yeah. It's a lot of food.
What do you do for supplements?
I have a post-workout shake that I take after every time I lift. So that's like a Formula One ignition kind of combo. And then it like gets my body out of that tear stage that we were talking about. So I'm less sore the next day, which is a good 20 grams of protein. Boom. And then I also started taking creatine, which is good for like cognitive benefits. It's good for your energy. It's good for muscle building. It's good for like a lot of small things you'd never consider. So even like 10-year-olds can take creatine or 49-year-olds or 100-year-olds.
I have my 76-year-old father on creatine.
It's apparently really good for dementia.
Yes. Yeah. And the whole cognitive thing.
I'm getting my grandparents on it because my grandma is struggling with her, like, I think she's slowly getting dementia. So I'm like, I heard creatine's really good for that too. So I'm like, you have to, and it helps me drink water. So that helps me a lot. Yeah. And then I'm also taking that glutamine, which is just like immune system, but that's like an extra one I like to do. But I think the core, if you're going to start taking supplements, I think the core you need to do is you need to get a protein powder. You need to get a creatine and then collagen. That's like just for like health, hair, skin, nails. And then honestly, like maybe greens just for your immune system. And like, you don't have to take a bunch of different stuff, but if you get a protein, which also contains amino acids most of the time. So boom, amino acids checked off that box, creatine, and then your collagen and your greens. You take 4 of those and they could be flavored. You can add them into things. You're basically set on most of the vitamins, most of the things your body needs. So that's why you don't have to take every single supplement there is, but those 4 are probably like a good, would you say?
The only thing I might add, and this is a might, is maybe like a fish oil of something.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, I think you nailed it.
A fish oil, yeah.
People, if you get the fish burps and stuff like that, it's probably not a great fish oil. You probably need to find something that, that doesn't do that. Does First Form do fish oil? I'm assuming
yes,
they do.
They do.
Okay.
They have a bunch of pills.
They do everything.
Yeah, they do basically everything.
Yeah.
But like for fat burning, they have like specific stuff, and you can find basically every supplement that you're looking for on the First Form website, which can be really overwhelming. And I think it's something that you need to slowly go into. Like,
yes.
Like sometimes when you see people being like, I'm going to get in my supplement era, and they buy like 10 different vitamins, they're not taking them after 10 days.
Yeah.
And so like, that's why I think it's really important to like, I always recommend protein powder first. Yeah. Like my mom is on protein powder now, mm-hmm. and she always has this stigma of like, I'm not working out, so I shouldn't take protein powder. But I'm like, your body needs protein always. And then when you start lifting, you're already used to taking it. Mm-hmm. Perfect. And then same for creatine. Everyone thinks like, oh, I don't lift, I don't need to take creatine, which like, you should be lifting and working out always. But like that doesn't mean you can't take these supplements. There's still so many benefits for you. Yep. So I think there's a lot of stigma that we're like slowly getting rid of. But that's like protein powder is always my go-to recommend.
Yeah. My goal is to get your mother and father working out with Matt, just so you know. So
I know.
Dropping it here.
I want.
So your mom get going on that protein, and then
she takes protein every day.
Yes, had to go.
And I think we're gonna get her a workout bikes for home because she just works like 12 hours a day, and then she has to go to my dad's games, and she has no time. And she volunteers at church for like the bills. She does the bills at church, and
of course she does.
She's literally, she gets home. I took her to work at 4 a.m. this morning.
Oh wow!
She goes to work at 4 a.m. and
so you can have the car.
Yeah, I took her to work at 4 a.m. and mind you, she picked me up at the airport at 7:30 last night. So like she didn't get home till 9. She didn't go to bed till 10:30. She gets like maybe 5 hours every night. Oh. It's horrible. I'm like, how do you do this, Mom? Like, and then she would travel to all my games. Mm-hmm. Sorry, getting on a mom's spiel.
Yeah, she loves you or something.
She's like, her schedule's insane. So if that's not like, I get why she doesn't have any time. So that's what we're thinking of, getting her something for home. But it's hard.
No, it makes sense.
My dad's coaching all the time, but I think we can get him. He used to run. We used to go to the gym in the mornings in high school, where he was.
What's he coaching?
Belvedere North girls basketball.
Your dad is coaching Belvedere North girls basketball?
Yeah.
Totally didn't know that.
Yeah. This is the second season.
No kidding.
Uh-huh.
Is he the head guy?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. My sister coached with him last year, and now she coaches at Carthage.
Oh, I totally didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was a basketball guy. I didn't know he was...
Yeah, this is his first time getting a head coaching position out of high school. He's always coached, though, for, like, Wildcats.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he coached at Lutheran when we were there.
I remember this. Yeah.
But this is his first time being a head coach.
Okay.
For, like, a high school.
Holy cow.
Second year. He loves it, though.
He's not just a sign guy.
No,
look at this.
He is not just a sign guy.
Gosh.
He has the coaching stuff down, too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Here, one last thing before, because Kylie, we're going to hit an hour here. I knew this was going to go long. I had aspirations. I got 35, 40 minutes. No. So, and this is always a weird thing for middle-aged guys to talk about, but in the way of you, and I don't want to call it a transformation, but you were, when you were athlete here, you were 115, 120 pounds.
Yeah.
You're weighing 140.
Yeah.
And you're jacked. So talk about like that, like the physical piece of, hey, I'm working out, I'm lifting heavy weights, because this is funny. This is not 1992 anymore. No. Where the high school girls I went to school with they didn't even know what the weight room was in Sycamore High School.
Cardio.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they went out for cross country and they couldn't do a push up, but they didn't care. It was. They would do body weight squats, maybe. But you've put on 20 pounds and you are fitter, healthier, stronger, and a better volleyball player than you've ever been. You want to talk on that a little bit from the 21-year-old girl side of things?
So like when I was in high school, my mind was like, I want to get my butt big and I want to be skinny and I want to make sure I don't get fat. Like, I'm being serious. Every single high school kid ever. Like, genuinely, it sounds horrible, but it's the truth. And so, like, lifting was something I did so I was ready for college, but it wasn't something that, like, I was like, I want a really toned shoulder. And I want, like, how my arms are now, I'd be like, girl, what are you doing in high school? But then when I got to college and I really just wanted to look built. Like, I wanted to look toned and, like, that wasn't the thing when I was in high school, but it is now. Like nowadays girls want to look like they have muscle, but like back then you wanted to look as petite as possible. And like you said, like it's a huge transformation. So I think now what I look for, like, for why I lift is because I want to get, like, those 6-pack abs, and I want to, like, have those toned arms and the, like, least amount of body fat as possible. And so that's kind of my motivation to being healthy and, like, eating like this, and I don't know, like, continually to, like, I love how I feel and, like, the strength I have, and, like, I think about being old, and I want to make sure I'm able to, like, stay active always. So I guess my mentality from when I was in high school to now is just more of, like, I don't care how much I weigh. Like, when you're younger, you're so worried about how much you weigh. But, like, everyone, I'm like, I'm 145 pounds. They're like, no, you're not. Like, you're lying. Like, I'm 145 pounds. And I'm like, oh, I'm 145 pounds. Like, I don't know what you think, but, like, 145 pounds looks so different.
Muscle and fat are different.
And, like, 100%. when you're on a weight loss journey, don't look at the scale. Like, genuinely don't look at the scale. Because 160 pounds can look so different from when you started to when you ended. You could be 160 pounds the whole time, but that means now you probably have twice as much muscle on your body than you did before. Yeah. So, like, that's why it's so hard to, like, I think the scale is kind of starting to, like, slowly go away. Yeah. And, like, those, like, percentages are starting to come in, because you can look so different and weigh the exact same. Yeah. So I think that's something that is hard to, like, drain girls' heads young, like, really young. Because everyone's so concerned. Like, my teammates are still concerned with how much they weigh. But I'm like, I try to remind them, like, I weigh more than you. Yeah. Like, I weigh 10 pounds more than you. Yeah. Like, I don't look large. Like,
you don't.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think I'm really glad that the social media is shifting to a lifting culture and not I don't eat anything. Like, now fitness influencers are, like, saying, eat the carbs, eat the calories, eat the protein. Like, you don't have to eat nothing to be little. Like, honestly, that's just going to cause more problems.
Yes.
You're not going to get any results if you're not eating food.
You will not.
0 results.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I hope I answered that question.
Yeah.
I kind of ramble.
No. I appreciate you being that honest with it, because it's not a thing I'm comfortable talking about.
No, it's real.
But it's such a big thing. I'm talking all of our athletes, our boys, our girls. Like, I'm begging some of our boy baseball guys. I'm like, dude, you got to eat breakfast. I'm not hungry. I don't care. I will come to your house and force feed you eggs, in the morning, just because if you put on 10 pounds of muscle, holy crap, you know how much harder you're going to be throwing the ball? Like, this is huge. Like, you're already laying it, like, but we're missing some strength here, guys. Like, we're at some point you're going to get capped out at, your body size. And just like Kylie at 120 pounds, what she could do on the court versus Kylie at, 140, 140. Holy cow. Like, so much stronger. Again, I go back to literally just that one clip that your father showed me about you destroying that ball off that girl's face. Like, you hit the bejesus out of that ball. That is not a ball that you would have hit 3 years ago. No. Which makes sense. You developed, obviously, college volleyball and blah, blah, blah. But, like, that's what should happen. But, like, I that's where I think, like, all of this comes together. Like, we're not just talking about sport. We're talking about, like, health, longevity, you feeling good, looking good, having confidence, being healthy. Yeah. Not just as you're 16 or 21, but as you're, 31, 41, 81.
Yeah. Like, you see people and they're, like, so inactive and so immobile, and it just is horrifying to me because, like, if you don't focus on it now, your muscle, like, it's so much harder to get into it then.
Huge. Yep.
And it's like, I don't think it's talked about enough.
Yeah.
Like, I want to talk to these girls and be like, how much do you guys think I weigh? No. Like, genuinely, how much do you think I weigh? Yeah. Because they're going to be, like, shocked. It's, like, literally mind-blowing. Yeah. Because of how culture is nowadays. Yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy. Kylie, people want to follow you and see all the great things that you're doing. Where do they go?
So my Instagram is Kylie, Kylie, Wilhelmi, Wilhelmi.
Just your name.
Kylie.Wilhelmi.
Easy.
And that's, like, my main platform that I use. I mean, my TikTok is kind of just, like, irrelevant. Yeah. And then I'd say Instagram is, like, my go-to.
Cool.
But that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So I love, you're putting out good content. You have a really good message. You're helping people.
I hope so.
Which is great. Like, this little side hustle of, helping people with,
because I'm not interested in being a trainer or like
We're being an accountant.
I want to be an accountant. I want to be a fit accountant.
Yeah.
Who does maybe hydroxes on the weekends or something.
Who does your accountant? That really fit girl over there. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's.
Are you sure? Everyone I work with too is like a trainer, and I'm like, I don't want to be a trainer.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I do not want to work 9 to 9 every day.
Yeah.
I want to work my 9 to 5 and go home.
Yeah.
And be done with that.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because everyone in my like field is like training people, and I'm like, I'm actually not doing that.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Well, if that totally fails on you, you need a job. You call me. Okay.
I got you.
There we go. Kylie, thanks so much. I appreciate you taking the time. I'm excited to do this nutrition presentation later. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Congratulations on, really everything that you've done. Solid collegiate career, and just you got everything out of what, sport is supposed to be.
Sucked it dry. You
did. And that's, again, a lot of kids go out not on their own accord. They go out because of injury. They go out because their coach, is benching them and they don't think they're good enough to whatever the who. And then they go off into the sunset and start the real world, which is fine. But you went off on a high note. Didn't get the ring, but that's okay.
That's right. I got something greater.
Yes, there are bigger things coming your way.
Yeah, there's so many bigger things.
So awesome for you. Congratulations. Thanks again for all this. Listeners, thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for listening to another episode of Oak Performance Radio. Don't forget to check us out on the social at Oak Performance and online at www.oakstrength.com/Oak Performance. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.